Hey buddies, you're all good? Welcome here on this beautiful Thursday to another Automobilista 2 live stream. I'm Michel. Welcome here to the live stream, and I hope you're all good. It's really, it's been a busy week so far. A lot of stuff to cover. We have a nice stuff to come here on the channel. Also on the weekend, we had a nice interview with the producer of the NASCAR game, believe it or not. That was pretty cool. And we had an awesome video by Alexis today. You should watch that after we've done with the live stream, okay? It is NASCAR 2003, the game. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, welcome everyone. We'll take a look at Automobilista 2's brand new update. They just launched it like an hour ago with brand new Lamborghinis. This time it's maybe not the Lamborghini Trampolini. We'll see if it's as jumpy as the race room Lamborghini that we drove last week. So we'll see. Yeah, hey Michael. Actually, I'm not Michael, but Michel, but you can call me Michael. That's totally fine. People in the US were struggling a little bit with my name when we were at Sim Gaming Expo, but I'm used to that, so it's fine. Michael is... I love Michael because, you know, Michael Schumacher, my big idol. So it's totally fine. Just the A is missing. Hello, Terrier. Thank you for staying, because earlier you wrote that you won't make it for the live stream, but cool that you're still here. Also Grace and Unbound. Yeah, should we start maybe with the foundation, with some info and some development update, because I know you guys, you are all too lazy to read stuff, so I will read it for you and with you together. So let's jump into the latest Razer Studios Automobilista 2 September 2025 development update. Let's see. That was 2 days ago by Razer Studios on Steam in the official development blog. Greetings everyone, just a month after the release of version 1.6.7. By the way, if I ever have a weird sounding voice, like microphone wise, please let me know, because I have a little glitch in my preamp, in my microphone, and sometimes it just turns super muted, super silent, super dampened, especially when I start driving. Sometimes through the force feedback, the whole rig shakes kind of the microphone as well, and then sometimes this affects the preamp, because my microphone arm is mounted to my rig, actually. So let me know, please, and in caps at best, like in the chat, as far as it's not okay to listen anymore. So yeah, it's basically 1.6.8 today. That's what they've been writing about in this development block. It is in fact not just one, but 2 major updates to be delivered in the coming weeks. So this is just the first one, along with 3 DLC packages, and today this is also just the first one, so there will be more, it seems, and memorable eras for endurance motorsports. That sounds like GT1, and it is indeed GT1, as we will see. In this dev update, we will cover what is coming with the new update, but also take a glance into what you may expect just in a few weeks later. Strap tight. Okay, I don't have strap here, but I will strap tight. Multiplayer and single player developments. Yeah, 1.6.8 once brings several improvements to both multiplayer and single player components of the game. On the multiplayer front, we have conclude stage 2 of the ongoing MP overhaul, and with it, the most notorious MP reliability issues, some being part of this game engine for well over a decade. That sounds exciting, that they have solved decade-long problems. I hope that AMS2 will pick up on low-fuel motorsport again. That would be nice, to drive a few daily races there again. Yeah, GT cars, they are coming now, and we have the first one today. X-Driver, pretend many of us are hiking and describe verbally as much as possible. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, now, that's cool to see. More stable, more enjoyable is always good, no? Okay, multiplayer environment, very interesting. They haven't. We will also read the patch notes, so we will maybe get into more detail on the multiplayer enhancements here. But this BMWs are very promising, I have to say. On the single player front, another host of AI developments. I think the single player crowd is maybe the biggest even for MS2. AI developments as we push to refine the single player experience in preparation for the arrival of the much anticipated career mode in 2026. That's one thing in sim racing I'm looking so much forward to. Career mode in AMS2. That will be awesome. With all the content, all the historic stuff, all the tracks that we have, that will be great. So, AI racecraft behavior, either when racing for position or under blue flag, and yeah, track-specific scalars that allow for further refining the racecraft specifically to the properties of each track layout. That sounds good. So we will test AI improvements as well here today. We will drive against AI from the get-go. Physics and force feedback improvements. On the physics front, the vintage all-weather tires are the latest and last batch to receive post 1.6 refinements. Okay. Vintage all-weather tires. Very good. We also have revised thermodynamic effects in all slick tires, adjusting effects of cold tires on the various friction coefficients. This should address some imprecision from slick tires before they fully get up to temp. So technically, how I understand it, cars should feel a bit more natural going out of the pits, especially in like modern GT cars and hypercars and so on. Another notable physics change is a revision to modern GT drivelines, GTE, GT3, and GT Open, that should improve differential response in corner entry and exit. Differential response, like how bitey the car is under acceleration probably, and how grippy the rear end, for example. Even more substantial than the physics updates is the overhaul in both default and default plus force feedback profiles. Okay, so I will listen closely with my hands today. And welcome also Huey AC, Barbecue Culture. Nice to see you guys. Also Renovatio. Should I pronounce it the Italian way? Renovatio, or is it Renovatio? Yeah, wooden blocks it is. Indeed, yeah. Okay, Lamborghini Dream Pack. That's the 4 new cars that we'll receive today. A V12 Fest, so guys, bring earplugs. Miura SV. The Miura SV is the final and most refined evolution. You can, while I'm going through the cars, you guys can already think about tracks that we are going in these cars, okay? So maybe for the Miura, I just want a chilled Nordschleife drive, maybe, to just enjoy the driving. That would be pretty nice. Then we have the Lamborghini Diablo SVR Super Trofeo. Track-only version of the Diablo SV. I imagine if you find such a car nowadays, it must be incredibly expensive. So that's basically the Trofeo version of the Diablo. What a great car. 1996, maybe one of the best years in human history even. Maybe it could be. Like, my favorite year might be 1997. I don't know why, it's just a feeling. Don't ask me for reasons, just a feeling. But from the motorsport and car perspective, it was a nice era for sure. Late 90s. Yeah, M3 GTR coming. Yeah, we saw it in the screenshot. Okay, then this one I'm also particularly excited about. Murcielago RGT. So GT1 2005 car. I think we have GT1 cars in Automobilista 2 already, but not the 2005 class. We will also look into the championship details in a second to see how to kind of replicate a season. Sorry, it's very white now. Sorry for the flashbang that I throw at you. But we will look into that in a second. Yeah, Revuelto. Wow. That's a very modern car, actually. It's the successor to the legendary Aventador, no? V12, 6.5 with a little bit of hybrid to it. And this is, I think isn't this the first Revuelto that we can drive like sim style? Maybe Forza Motorsport, but that will be nice for everyone who purchases the Moza Revuelto wheel, so you can finally run the car. I mean, the Moza wheel is not out yet, but yeah, car setups will be reverted to factory detail. Okay, yeah, there's just some workarounds. And then later on, all of the above is in 1.6.8, but another update is already far along and expected within a few more weeks. So there's already a little preview of the HUD overhaul. So yeah, let's just talk about this when it's time, right? We don't want to talk too much about the future now. If you can read the rest if you want, it's on the Steam page. So yeah, time traveling. The year 2005 seems to be an overall topic here for Razer Studios and AMS2. Oh, look at this stuff. Perfect. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah. FPR GT stuff here. And yeah, good advice. Also autumn sale right now on Steam. I think until the 5th or so. Few days of Steam autumn sale still, where you can save a lot, not only on Automobilista 2, but also on other games. Be it sim racing or also other racing games. Hello, Hera Foxy. How are you? Nice to see you here in the chat today. Oh my god, I can't wait. We should get going here. So quickly going over the news from today. The list of improvements, single player, multiplayer, some more screenshots, and we can quickly go through the patch notes on the Overtake website. So overtake.gg is your valuable source of information for all things racing games and sim racing, and sometimes also a tad motorsport in there as well. So here we are. Yannick just summed up the patch notes here today in the news. That should be your start page in your browser. You should set that as a default website so you don't miss any any sim racing news. So here we are. The update is here. This is the live stream. You should also watch that live stream right now. So here's the changelog actually. So this is the 4 Lamborghinis on Dratinis, on Trampolinis. Added an option to disable car auto setup loading. That's now disabled by default, okay. Fixed several issues with inconsistencies with the extra time for remaining participants to finish the race in multiplayer. Okay, that's the multiplayer fix they talked about. Extra time for the remaining participants to finish the race. I always had issues at the start of races, so that sometimes never got going. Like, the race didn't even, like, kicked off in that sense. Massively optimized the CPU impact of level of detail fades. I mean, let's be honest, Automobilista 2 is one of the best optimized graphics engines probably. It's so stable, so smooth. Such high FPS on triples in VR, etc. Fixed bit limiter controller, so some fixes here, physics. Yeah, we talked about the vintage tires already. And then revised aerodynamics for the classes here. AI, a lot of AI stuff adjusted and optimized here. Also for the Formula V10, which is good. Wet track launch performance. Okay. Yeah, let me know in the chat if you have any major issues still with Automobilista 2, or what you think are areas that Razer should work on. But we will now test. So I will now jump in-game. First, let's actually check something. Now, we jump in-game first now. Let's see. Let's quickly look at the new cars. So here's the Murcielago already. Murcielago RGT. That's the first car I would love to try. The question is now, where can we find the other cars? There might also be a list, right? Okay, so I know this is the old GT1 class. I think that's late 90s to early 2000s, I believe. So McLaren with the BMW team together, and yeah, the CLK. And now this is new, GT1 2005. All the self-promo. Yeah, I mean, someone has to pay the bills, you know? Okay, so here's the Murcielago. 6-liter V12, 593 horsepower. And here's also the Diablo Trofeo. A little bit less powerful, but still interesting. So what's the weight difference between the Murcielago? That's 1969, like 9 years earlier than the Murcielago. Murcielago, also full-blown race car, obviously. Way lighter, like below 1.2 tons. That's remarkable. More power, less weight. More race car than the Trofeo. The Super Trofeo Diablo here. Pretty nice livery though, pretty simple, but I love the, I dig the 90s number style here. You can also go to the showroom and watch the car a bit more closely. The Italian Bull. Aren't they called OZ Futura? Those wheel rims? Oops. I think they are OZ Futura. Not quite sure. Yeah, I mean, pretty timeless design, right? Oh, love the exhaust pipes here. Beautiful. Yeah, just Lambo. It's Lamborghini Dream Pack 2. Excited for the 2005 Endurance Pack. Yeah, I think this car, or the GT1 car, will get a few more opponents than in the next DLCs. So here is the Murcielago. Also rocking some Brembos here. And what is the... Can we also see? Is it also OZ? I mean, the Italian brands probably all run OZ at some point, but can't see it. Yeah, I remember that sponsor with this giant watch on the cars. Like this was always a silver trim, kind of. Pretty nice. Has a German flag on. We have to check who's been driving that car. Yeah, the update is out. Update is out. Random question, but was the Aston Martin Valkyrie taken out of the game or something? I own the DLC pack and I can see the other cars, but not the Valkyrie. That shouldn't... Let me quickly check if I have it. Let's go for... P1? It's kind of hard to find the cars, to be honest, in AMS2. It's called Hypercars? Prototype. Prototype Gen 2. Oh my god, here, LMDH. It is here. So for me, the Valkyrie is, is here. LMDH is this, yeah. Okay, GT and Touring. So where can we now find the other Lambos? That's the big question. Ah, I think we found the Miura. It's here. Okay, this car also, like for the time, 400 horsepower. That will be pretty interesting to drive. It's a shame that I don't have my gear shifter yet. I really need to get a third pedal and the gear shifter again. I have a pure GT set up here right now. Okay, that's cool. How many colors do we have for the Miura? Like, is there anyone out there who really has a Lamborghini as his or her dream car? I've always dreamed about the Huracan a little bit, like, because I just love V10 sound or 5-cylinder and 10-cylinder sounds. I think these are the best sounding engines by far. Also Lexus LFA, for example. This is, in my opinion, the most beautiful engine on Earth. Yeah, you would love a Murcielago? Okay. Probably pretty expensive. But yeah, I think talking about the 3D models, beautiful work done here by Kunos. By Kunos, sorry. I mean, Kunos also does beautiful work, but this is Razer. Sorry. Okay, then we are only missing the Revuelto. Where could we find the Revuelto? In what kind of... Yeah, street probably, right? Hypercars? Okay, it's not... Is it a hypercar, the Revuelto? Not quite sure. I mean... there's not really a definition of what is a hypercar and what is a supercar. It's kind of the definition by the manufacturers. They market this as a hypercar, and then it is a hypercar. Hello, Heel and Tony. What a cool name. Yeah, here it is. 16 colors. And it's in class with Brabham, Veneno. Yeah, Veneno is from the Dream Pack Part 1, I believe. Because there was a... I had no idea that AMS2 had the Senna. Oh my god, I completely missed that. Yeah, Automobilista 2 for me still is a little bit of a blind spot because I just don't have time to drive everything every day. It's a shame, really. I wish the day had 48 hours. But that's how it is. So here's how the Miura just quickly turned into the Revuelto, like Pokemon evolution. Dim, 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 boom, Miura evolved into Revuelto. Here we go. Yeah, Tony is fine. That's good. American muscle cars are great producing sound. Yeah. Of course, my favorite sound of American muscle or pony car in that sense would be the Shelby GT350 with the flat plane V8. I love that one. I know it doesn't sound very American, but I love it. Yeah, I think this is this license plate reminds me so much of Project Cars 2. Probably this German-style number plate was still in the code and they can still use it or something. But that looks really nice, like the carbon fiber and everything. Wow, impressive detail here. Exhaust as well. How far can we zoom into? Yeah, you can see here it's lacking a little bit, like this piece, this grill piece here. If we saw that, for example, I think in Assetto Corsa Evo or Gran Turismo 7, this would be look-through or see-through. This part, or maybe it's not a grill. Maybe it's a heat shield. Yeah, that's probably it's a heat shield. You couldn't look through that. But the carbon fiber, mwah, great. Also the tires. It's even Bridgestone tires, like it says Bridgestone Potenza on here. Pretty cool. Can't wait to see the interior. So let's start with the GT1, maybe. AMS2 physics on some cars are good, others are not. Yeah, I mean, with such an amount of cars, it's not easy to nail everything, right? It's the kind of the problem sometimes with games that try to have as many cars as possible. Okay, let's start with the GT. I'll do a little practice, and then we're doing a quick race, I would say. 10 minutes practice, we can always skip that. And then we're doing a race. Let's see how the AI and everything is set up. Yeah, we can have a 10-minute race, that's fine. Standing start. Maybe let's do rolling start without formation lap. One weather slot with a little bit of cloud, heavy cloud. Let's do light, medium cloud. 6 p.m. It's fine. Great. What about the AI? We can set it up here. Same class. Skill level 95. I have no idea how good they will be, but let's just try it. 23 opponents would be fine. Player in the middle, also fine. So we can really see how good the AI acts on track. Let's actually check something. I wanted to see... prepare for a bright screen, okay? It will be very white now. So this is the 2005 FIA GT1 Championship. And they started the season in Monza. So we could drive Autodromo Nazionale Monza. Kinda nice also to hear the V12 screaming. We have a lot of straight line then. So this is the cars that ran in this one, like Saleen, Corvette, Maserati, Ferrari, and there's the Lamborghini. Ah, yeah, it was Reiter Engineering. Now I remember. Of course, that is the silver car, also with the watch on top. Yeah, that's the car that we have. Cool. But what a golden era of motorsports, right? These cars, crazy. Really good. Okay, let's jump back in game then. Just a second. Need to turn off that music because we want to hear the real music. That is the V12. So here we go. I think, yeah, then Imola. Imola it is. Monza. So we have, as you know, in Automobilista 2, we have so many versions. That's so good, man. Historic 91. What is closer to 2005? It is 91, right? 91 would be closer than 2025 or 2023, 2020. So we should go back to 91. That makes it even more spicy. You agree? I see roses in the chat. Monza old. Yeah, Monster historic, Monster. Yeah, let's go 91. Let's see. In the Murcielago RGT low downforce. Nice. Yeah, Automobilista 2, I think if you also just start sim racing, especially if you pick it up now in a sale where it's like criminally cheap, the base game. I mean, there's a lot of DLC, so you can pay a lot extra. That's for sure. But just enjoying, like finding out, if you really start with your first sim racing setup, finding out what kind of cars and what kind of an experience you like in sim racing, I think Automobilista 2 is a great start. Next to Assetto Corsa, maybe. Oh, can you... The V12 is here. Oh, we have to do that again. Hard off. I just want to see the beauty of the car. And we have to do that again, like the engine start in the pits. We have to just do it again. Okay, that's nice. welcome to Monza. Nice. This is revving. Okay. What do you think? That's pretty good. Let's get it in drive. It's pretty loud. Wow. Ah, this is the old Monza T1. Ooh, slippery. Yeah, it's... How is my front tires already kinda dead? Just this one lookup already killed it. No ABS apparently. No TC. Keep it easy first. Oh, the downshifts. Wow. Oh, Fujifilm, the grandstands, wow. I can't remember that I ever tried the 1991 Monza version. Wait for the downshifts now. This car alone is probably worth the DLC pack price. Holy moly. I'm not gonna lie, I have goosebumps right now. This doesn't happen very often in sim racing. Okay. It's a bit dampened now in the higher. 270. What the hell? Hell breaks loose. Oh, there's someone. Wow. Actually, I kind of want to also see the steering wheel because I've turned it off. This is pretty good. It also drives well now as the tires are a bit warmer. Yeah, let me see if we can get the steering wheel. That would be kind of nice, right? Because I have it off. This is my kind of, driving style, having the real kind of... You can see it in my wheel cam, kind of what the idea is. To have the steering rack kind of in my own wheel. That's kind of the FOV I chose. Can we see also the wheel? Is it here? Opponent names, cockpit. Ah, I have to do it while not being in game. Okay, so I have to do it for the next car. But you can all Google the steering wheel of the of the car maybe, and then you can see it. Sorry, we'll turn it on for the next one, but you can't do that while you are already in the car. Cool. I will just drive 1 or 2 more practice laps to get a feel for the track and the car, and then we can do a quick race here. Yeah, grip's a bit better now. How steep is this corner? Oh, pretty flat. Player cars bouncing? Yeah, it's because it's the Lamborghini Trampolini. No, I can turn that down a bit. Just let me quickly finish the Variante Ascari. Yeah, but yeah, we have a Lamborghini Trampolini again. It's just the camera movement. I can tune it down a little bit to make it nicer for you. I mean, this way it smoothens the scenery a little bit. Like if you look into the distance, it's smoother there. So that's a little bit of a, yeah. So here's the movement. So longitudinal G-force effect is, I think, what we are looking for. Let me turn that down to 15 and this one to 5. And then we should have less movement. Good. Yeah. Physics still suck. I mean, suck is a hard judgment, I would say. I never hated it. But if you talk especially about GT3 cars and maybe hypercars, there are certainly specialized simulators. It does it a bit more realistic or a bit better. Looking at Limo Ultimate maybe, or also iRacing. But the historic stuff and also Formula cars, pretty good. It's still shaky. I don't know what's wrong with the Lamborghinis, that they are all like trampolinis. Man, these downshifts. It's a pretty interesting chicane. It's quite nice. The old Monza T1 combination. Lamborghini Campini. Oh, it's so lively. Very enjoyable. Very believable, so nothing about this physics sucks. It's pretty good. You have to work a lot against the tires sometimes. You have to drive it very clean and smooth. But it's very rewarding so far. Also force feedback, detail, scrubbing of tires, curbs, everything is here. Very good. It's very communicative also when you understeer, or like when you push it too early. You kind of feel the tire, the front tires looking for grip, and you can immediately adjust. Very good. So where do we brake here? 150? Yeah, kind of. Down to second. And then pushing to the outside here. Wow. This is flat out probably. Yeah, and also if you brake way too late with lockups, the car is not like pushing like you're on ice then if you over brake it. You can still steer to a limited amount, but you will miss the apex nevertheless. And you will kill your front tires. As you can see in the tire graphic, front left is totally dead. Still a lot of time to find, but I will skip to the to the race now. At least a little bit quicker now. But yeah, quite nice. Wow. Awesome car. If the other cars are similarly nice, wow. Yeah, the engine sound, right? It doesn't have the floaty feeling. No, not really. That's also what surprises me a lot right now. It doesn't have the floaty feel. I know what you mean. Like, I also have this problem often with, yeah, GT3s and stuff. Mainly, I think, because of the traction control and ABS systems and how they work in AMS2. Maybe that's the reason. Because I don't have this floaty feeling with a lot of the other cars sometimes, like the older cars. But yeah, this doesn't feel too floaty. Like, way less floaty than a GT3, I would say, for now. Let's watch the replay also quickly here. A little bit of driving. Let's see, where do we leave the pits? Took a while to just enjoy the soundtrack. Here we are. I think the 10-year or the decade-old problems were more related to the multiplayer than the physics, I believe. I tried the GT3 Gen 2 after the patch and they feel pretty planted now. Okay, Andrew, maybe I have to try that too. I tried Race Room last week on stream. I didn't dig the hypercars, to be honest. I mean, they were fine mostly, but I enjoy just the other hypercars more that we have in other simulators. Live for Speed. You can ask my colleague René about Live for Speed. He's a Live for Speed aficionado. Miura sounds great as well. Yeah, let's try the Miura next, but let's first... this is a V12 day here right now. Let's do the race first. We don't have to finish the race, probably, but just a few laps to see how... Yeah, just a random combination, new car, how the AI works, so let's find out. Rolling start, 10 minutes. Let's see. Green, green, green. No shaking, no confusion by the AI going into the race. Oh. Okay, we will see some car popping because I don't have... Oh, he made a mistake! Okay, let's just do a quick restart. But this was just this one guy, okay? That was okay. Yeah, I don't have all cars visible to save a bit of FPS, but FPS are pretty good actually. It's 90, I think, on the almost highest details probably. So let's try again. It's 100 even, 108 FPS, crazy. I have it. Oh. Sorry, I thought it's green already. For example, I saw something green. Maybe it was just a green car, so you haven't seen that. Okay, don't retire. I just saw a green car and I thought it's go. So that's how my brain works. Never race with me. Nah, I started when the race start preparation went on. Okay. This time we haven't completely slept the start. Okay, this time no trampolini. Oh. This time I was almost the one that did a trampolini. This in VR must be crazy good. Grub Surfers Inc. And we are just getting the punishment. Left, on the left is a green Lamborghini. You can't see him right now. It's in my triple vision. Ooh, cars. Yeah, once you are in that zone where you lose grip, there's still this little floaty element. But if you experience that, it's too late anyway. The mistake was done. So you generally want to not feel that anyway. Other than that, it's pretty planted. I have to enable a few more cars. I mean, we have 109 FPS, should be pretty fine performance-wise. I think that was turned off when I had AMS2 on another PC where we tested VR stuff. Otherwise there wouldn't be a reason to limit the visible cars so much. Oh, look how you can catch it, wow. I would have expected the car to be gone at this point, but it was still possible to keep it alive. Because the force feedback communicated very early. Yeah, now we lost it. Okay. Yeah, but really nice, really nice. I think the AI was also enjoyable to race against for this moment, so not too bad. So the next thing I want to do is role-playing like a 70s gentleman who goes in his Miura on a historic track, and I think the Nordschleife might be perfect to test that as well. I already heard in the chat that the Miura also sounds great. Yeah, Gray said it, beautifully modeled right to the Lambo emblem on keychain in the ignition slot. Oh, we have to look at a lot of detail. Yeah, I don't forget it. The visible steering wheel for sure. So here it is, cockpit wheel driver on. Everything on, yeah. And so the Miura was in historic GT. Historic Touring, here it is. Yeah, classic, maybe like, oh, this bronze. That looks like gentleman's spec. Gold, gold Miura. Oh, let's take it. Let's take it. And then we're doing also a nice historic race. Let's do then 5 minutes. And what I want to do is Nordschleife. Little practice is again, and then we do also a little historic 70s race on the Nordschleife. How about that? Let's see. We have a 70s version of the Nordschleife here, I believe. Yeah, that's the historic Betonschleife. But there is so many versions. That's the latest one that they just added a few months back. The 25th. This is quite nice that they have also the modern version. So they tick the right boxes. They tickle the racer in the right position. Yeah. At high speed, it has a turning circle of a continental landmass. Old Spa we can also do, but I'm really interested to see the vehicle's dynamics on a historic Nordschleife maybe. Let's do not just the Nordschleife. not the whole loop. Or maybe if you want, we can also do... let's keep it like this. Okay, and maybe a different time of day, different weather, maybe a little bit of fog. Don't know. Yeah, would look nice probably. It would look scary. And then having a bit brighter daylight with fog together, it could be quite nice. Miura. Okay. I can't experience the car properly with a 5-speed shifter now. That's a bit sad, but hey. Should be okay. Yeah, let's tone down the AI maybe a little bit, because I don't know how good I can keep up on a completely new car and track combination. There's a bug on the 2020 version. Okay. Yeah, I didn't intend to use the 2020. The 2020 version is kind of dead now, as we have the 2025. But if you don't have the DLC, have you been there? Where? In the 70s? In my Miura, yeah, of course. 50 years ago, believe it or not. We're getting old, boys. But I've been to Monza, and I've also been to the Nordschleife, obviously, because I live there. I've been just driving there 2 days ago. No, on Tuesday. Yeah, it was 2 days ago. I did some tourist driving. It's, yeah, season is coming to an end. Okay, so we have a cool mixed 4-class battle now with Corvettes and everything. Oh my god. Well, that's a proper 70s flair. I love it. I probably have to zoom out also the... we can at least... Is there also a button for free camera in AMS2? Let me check that quickly. But hey, we have photo mode, so we can probably just go to the cockpit camera. Can we? Yeah, we can. Yeah, okay. Ooh, that's scary. Yeah, this is what Grace told us about. Can you see that? Like this little keychain Lamborghini? That's nice. No, I don't want to take... Okay, where's the focus distance? Yeah. Here we go. There it is. There it is. Yeah, this is the good way actually to dig into the details of cockpits and stuff. It's quite nice to have this cockpit camera thing. Yeah, nice. So you can zoom also with your mouse. Yeah, nicely done. I can also hide the UI. It's even better. It wobbles when you drive. Yeah, the gloves are also quite nice. It's the little details. I also loved about Japanese Drift Master when you had the tofu delivery. Like I said, yeah, it would. Yeah, driving in the winter on Nordschleife would be hilarious. That's true. Like whenever I see the track in snow, I dream about driving a Lancia Delta or Audi Quattro there. But yeah, this gives me proper, like the charm in this picture here right now is just very, very good. And I think more and more people also enjoy just the pure driving in sim, not only like competitive racing, but also just enjoy the drive, like Shotoku and AC, or just driving open worlds and stuff. So I think Assetto Corsa Evo is on a right way, kind of. To bring this experience to people a bit more. Yeah, I can imagine, Nea Wolf, that this car is a bit tricky for taller people. Yeah, Grace. Yeah, but you have to take a week off. There's no way around it. Because visiting the Nords once per year is a must. Okay. Sound time. Hey! Ooh. Glad that there's ghosts in practice, it seems. Ooh, it's a boat! Have we just ripped off our tire? Right? No, it's fine. Actually, we also have to check for Looks so good, man. We have to check for damage. Can we destroy the car? Oh. Yeah, it drives like a boat. Wow. It's probably the vintage all-season tires. Can you hear the air being sucked into the air filters? Wow. When did Razor get so good? In the sound department. Crazy. Ooh. What? Yeah, you can see the suspension. It's very wobbly. Yeah. Getting into Hatzenbach. So what is the different cameras and different sound? So you can tell the sound comes from a different place when you have this camera. And our gold Miura. Yeah, it's actually changing depending on the position. Cool. Just imagine you've been here in the 70s, driving your Miura on the 70s Nordschleife. That's so cool. When one lap was 5 Mark, 5 Deutsche Mark. Nowadays, it's, by the way, if you want to go for a tourist lap on the Nordschleife, I think it's 25 in the work week. From like Monday to Friday, or Monday to Thursday, and on weekends and holidays it's 30 per lap. But you can always get your seasonal card for 3,000 euros. And I saw some old tickets where people just bought access to the track for one lap, like 30 years ago, with like 10 mark, like 5 euros in old currency. Or even less. Like, the more you go back, the cheaper it was to drive here. But also very unsafe. I believe in the 70s there were more casualties here on this track than nowadays. I mean, there were some crazy weeks this year where also a lot of stuff happened, but still I think in the 70s it was way more unsafe. Yeah, this car is very bitey. Oh, look at that. No, not this way. Man, Automobilista 2 is such a beauty. Metzgesfeld. Oh. Yeah. It's so unprecise. Like it's... Oh, now we have damage. Now we lost... Oh! Oh no! That was expensive. That was a very expensive crash, guys. I lost my whole panel here. Don't tell Yannick I'm not working. I will tell him, Luca. You can destroy the car. Yeah, okay, let's... because as we are so precise and so good in this car, let's just do a race. Yeah, that makes absolute sense. Can I first increase the number of cars? Or is it too late for that as well? No, probably visible cars, number of visible cars. Where is it? I think it's in the graphics settings when you're in the main menu, probably, because there's no graphics section, but it's fine. We'll do it for the next one, so we are getting closer and closer to absolute perfection. Okay, skip to end. And then just let's do a race. Spare under the hood. Yeah, exactly. That was a nice detail as well. That we have a spare wheel. I wonder if there's a feature like in WRC that like during the stage you can change your tire if you kind of break it. Oh, the weather changed drastically. Have to catch up. That looks like almost a vintage filter now. The colors are way less saturated with this fog. That looks awesome. The AI is driving very cautious here. They know why, because these cars are just wobbly, vintage tire beasts. It's actually pretty good to drive in a train now, to anticipate the braking points and what the cars are capable of, kind of. But the Corvette is also leaning hard left and right. On to the Nordschleife. Sabine Schmidt's corner. It was not called that, obviously, in 71. I don't know if Sabine Schmitz was even born then. This floaty mess, wow. So we got another Miura and a BMW 2002 Turbo. Oh. I wish I had a round wheel now, but I didn't want to change all the configuration. I hope you bear with me that I'm driving this in a Formula wheel. I know it's a disgrace, but I didn't want to mess with all the presets and settings and button mappings. Okay, flat out now. Off to airfield corner, Flugplatz. Oh, keep it on the black stuff. Keep it on the black stuff. .90 AI strength was a good call. Out of my way, I have a gold Miura. I paid to be first. This car, the suspension is horrible. I wonder if you drive this actual car now, if it's really that floaty. And I mean, yeah, probably, I mean, tire technology made huge steps over the decades, so yeah, it's kind of believable that now if you fit a modern suspension and modern tires to this car, it would be way more capable probably. And what you can't feel in the sim obviously is like the steering ratios, different steering ratios per car. It's probably way too pointy and way too short, like the steering rack. You have to set it up in your wheelbase then to have the proper authentic experience. It now has basically GT3 steering ratio, which is probably not true to the original. So what do you guys think about a big live stream event with multiplayer races where we all together drive all sorts of crazy combinations? Ooh, it would be nice, right? We should absolutely plan that. By the way, we are... Whoa. No. Okay, my car is still in pieces. We are attending Pt2 on Saturday, 6 p.m. European summertime. So like 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're having a 10-hour live stream here on Saturday to Sunday. Or on Saturday in that sense. We are driving 10 hours Road Atlanta, iRacing, in the Mustang Pt2. So if you want to see us win or fail, step by. We'll be on YouTube. We'll be also on Twitch. Elsie will be in the team. Elsie, Kwame, and Kevin Vennett, our community member, who also created a nice livery that I will share later today, probably on Instagram. A really good-looking pony. Yeah, I want to finish this race here. You guys can already think about a track that we should go next, and maybe in the Super Trofeo Diablo GT, a nice Trofeo race. Let me know what track you want to see. This is so floaty. You have to completely change your mind, the muscle memory. You know what would also be nice when Razer Studios overhauls the HUD of AMS2? This instantly wants to disagree. If they also add maybe a vintage version of the HUD. Like a modern HUD, like different HUD versions, you know? Sometimes modern cars have this option when they have digital dashes, like a retro option. Having a modern clean GT option, a vintage HUD maybe, that would be a cool feature. I wish I could hear the other cars a bit more. Probably there's a slider for that. So my favorite part. Yeah, here last weekend, René and I and our girlfriends were here, and we were watching NLS, and we saw Max Verstappen flying by, so we were exactly here. Also here, Wippermann, watching Wippermann a bit. It was quite nice to see. Franz Herrmann himself. We are now approaching Brünnchen and also YouTube Corner, long before YouTube exists. Even internet was not really a thing for the public yet. I don't know, when did the internet became available? In the early 80s, right? Early 80s maybe? I know it was a military thing first, and then the first internet providers also offered this for private commercial use. Okay, the jump. Round and round and round and round. Oh. Yeah, it loses, like the car, the balance is very hard, especially in such a track. If you want floaty feeling, floaty physics, then this is your car. And then you will never ever complain about floaty GT3s anymore. I just love that also a crowd is standing next to the track here. Like this would never fly in 2025. People standing there just behind the barrier. And there on the right, there's also now a grass patch, a bigger grass patch, and no spectator areas. Like not this amount and not so close to the track. Okay, we are. Let's see what top speed the car can do. This was so nice, like Göttinger Höhe with the hedges on side. Okay, what's the top speed? 320? It has only 4 gears, right? No, it has 5 gears, okay. Okay, it's already... Ah, you can extract a bit more. It's going slightly uphill here, so... Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Didn't see that coming. I'm glad we have our spare wheel with us. Yeah, so far I'm just I have a very good time with this DLC pack, so... But I think if you are new to AMS2, you don't need this pack right away. The cool thing about AMS2 is, by the way, that when they release a new DLC pack, the first few days are free. So you can play the new content even if you don't own it, which is a very fair thing that they do. It's pretty cool. So I now have to keep up with the chat a little bit. Yeah, sorry, I destroyed your Miura again, so you will probably not give me that car anymore, right? So let's watch the replay. While I can catch up with you guys in the chat maybe a bit. Old school monster with the banking. Okay. Yeah, because I asked for the track for the Diablo. Yeah, the M3E46 GTR is for future DLC. Yeah, University. True, University. And then the military picked it up first, I think. They accidentally released NASCARs? I heard about some NASCAR stuff that should come to AMS2, but I didn't know that they accidentally released something. No, the BMW is not out yet. I have to check for the NASCARs then, or the stock cars. I don't think that you say NASCARs, right? All of my American friends out there, you say the stock cars of NASCAR and not the NASCARs. Am I right? Okay, that looks pretty dope. Good old Nords. Yeah, okay, let's not forget about enhancing the visible cars. NASCAR was patched out already. Another... But maybe I don't have the patch, the new patch. Stock cars from NASCAR. Yeah, that's good. Let me see if... Because I downloaded it just when it came out and never got back. Stock car. It's not this one, right? No, stock car Pro series. No, that's all that's probably not the stuff that we are looking for. Is it maybe called NASCAR even? Do you guys know this? The class Camaro. It was a Camaro. Stock cars from NASCAR. Let's no, that's maybe not the car. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I love RX. Should do more RX. No idea then. There's a Camaro, USA, Formula USA. Americans do say the NASCARs and raise a beer to their saviors as they do. Stop kidding. Opala stock cars, stock car. Man, AMS2 has so much stuff. It's incredible. Yeah, that's all Brazilian stuff. Also pretty interesting. Prototype, GTM Touring, Historic Touring, Formula Oval. If they are anywhere, then they would certainly be here. But yeah, as someone already mentioned, they are patched out immediately, it seems. Just a... But what kind of car was it? Select Oval. Yeah. What kind of car was it then? A Chevrolet, people said. Yeah. Anyways, let's do what we are here for, and that is the Lamborghini Super Trofeo Diablo. We haven't seen the liveries either. That's a lot. You can run a good field of cars with this. Oh, this is Rothmann's. I just have to. It's my favorite racing design, like Rotmans blue and white and with the red stripe. I just love this. Also suits so many cars. Perfect. That's my car. That's my car. So what kind of track do we want to see? Maybe some 90s Spa. 90s Spa. I mean, we have so great. Like, let's see again what was the calendar for the, like, we can maybe stay to the original. Super Trofeo 1969. Let's see. Silverstone 93, 91. Yeah, might make sense. Can we actually Google that? Calendar. Diablo. Aha. Was it even... Did they even run a season just with this car, or was it just a Trofeo car that ran in other championships? That's now the question. So let's Google the car first, like the Wikipedia for the car, and then we might be able to see it where it raced. Is there even a Wikipedia entry for this? Not really. Is this SimGrid? Yeah, SV, the grandfather. Yeah, this is also just a... Is it? Oh, look. That could... Yeah, that might be the championship, no? 1969 Philippe Carriol Supersports Trophy for Lamborghini Diablos. Could that be the calendar? Circuit Paul Armagnac, Nogaro, Vallelunga, and Spa-Francorchamps, and Brands Hatch. Old School Spa. Grace said Old School Spa. Road Atlanta. Road Atlanta might be interesting. Because we will go Road Atlanta on the weekend. So I can test the differences to the Mustang GT3 and iRacing. Yeah, so this is the car. It's the grandfather to Super Trofeo. 69, the only model Lamborghini was building at the Santa Agata factory was the V12 Diablo production of the off-road LM022. So that was these were the only cars that Lamborghini produced back then in Santa Agata Bolognese. So today we all know the Super Trofeo series. Yeah. So 31 would be made in total. Diablo SV Modificata Racing. And yeah, exactly. That was the series. The Lamborghini would be entered into the first Lamborghini mono-brand racing series. So this kicks off the cup racing for Lamborghini, the Super Trofeo. And it was indeed this one, the Philippe Carriol Supersport Trophy. And 31 cars were made. They also raced in Australia. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, pretty cool era of motorsports. Okay. So yeah, it's an interesting story. Okay, so this was the calendar for 69. And we can probably also see what they were running then later. So they were also driving Imola, Spa-Francorchamps. So should we go Spa-Francorchamps maybe? To stay closer to the actual thing? Like, it seems like they kicked it off in 95. Oh, a lot of French racing then here. Paris. They even had a 1,000-kilometer Paris race. Cool. Okay, but maybe Spa is the way to go then. Let's get in game. This car also had an age pattern. Yeah, wow. Do we have a good year? Yeah, that's a perfect year, 1993. I don't think the track changed too much 2 years later or 3 years later. Let's pick that. Oh yeah, it has also age pattern. So yeah, sorry again for being a total mess here with my auto shifting or with my sequential shifting. Okay, yeah, V12. Yeah, the only Super Trofeo is a V12. Nea Wolf is right with that, because then it was V12, obviously. Wonder when sim racing will require recertification of chassis work cracking. Doesn't Gran Turismo do this? Where your chassis is taking damage over time and stuff? You have to do oil changes and washing and also chassis upgrading after a while. I think that's the case in Gran Turismo 7. Yeah, 10 minutes. Different weather again. Let's do some beautiful heavy clouds. That might look nice. And then maybe 4 p.m. Perfect. Let's go. Yeah, I don't remember that I've been driving 93 Spa in AMS2 as well. Like, this will be a blind experience now again. A pretty good one, I believe. Yeah, and by the way, guys, yeah, sorry. No, sorry. Thank you also, Daniel and Tida Leandro, for subscribing to the channel. Yeah, you do us a big favor with just interacting with our content, subscribing to the channel, liking as well, liking the live stream, subscribing, and most importantly, hitting the bell as well. So yeah, all of the support is appreciated. So now I have to be silent quickly because we will have another nice V12 engine starting. Not as aggressive as the Murcielago. Have to do that again in third person. So return to pits. And I forgot to increase the number of visible cars, but doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. It's pretty smooth then. It has this like initial... You know what's bittersweet? We just collected a lot of ideas for a V12 clash, and we now have to rethink this. Like, we have to... I mean, it's good that we've been waiting for this DLC pack, because we now have to reiterate on this. Because this will certainly change the game. Oh, look at that. Oh, Spa changed a lot. So there's nothing here. No grandstands. Interesting. Okay, let's do the little free camera trick again with the photo mode, so we can also witness the interior of the car. I always love white tachometer dials. Also in the Hondas, you see it sometimes, or in some special JDM cars. I just think it looks very sporty to have this inverted kinda to a white background. Yeah, 90s Super Trofeo car based on the street car, pretty much, of the Diablo. And the Diablo itself was already a very simplified car in that sense, like a pure driver's car. Nowadays, I believe people who buy these kind of cars, they want more luxury, more features, more stuff, more tech. But back in the days, in the 90s, it was really about the pure driving emotion, no bullshit, just cars, just driving, just a sequential gearbox and nothing else, an engine and a steering wheel and a basic interior. So that's it, kind of also to save weight, obviously, because these cars for their time were pretty light. Yeah, good old days. Okay, my microphone's still okay? Should be, right? I see a good level. Yeah, let's give it a little test run. Okay. Welcome to 1993 Spa. Oh, very smooth. The engine note. Oh, there's an exit on the left. Interesting. Lol, the sponsor. It was not Foster's, it was Faster's. I have an obsession for fake sponsors. I just love that creativity that sometimes goes into these. Sounds very different. Way smoother. Way more dampened compared to the other two that we saw today. I'm looking forward also to the Revuelto. A bit more floaty than the Murcielago GT1. But that's to be expected, as the car is almost 250 kilos heavier. And yeah, like I said, also more based on a production car, not fully built into a race car, kind of. And remember, it's just 31 made. Yeah, there's the sponsor again, Faster's Premium Export. It's Australian beer, right? Foster's? Is it? Hope I'm right on that one. I'm not a beer expert here. I live in a wine region, so bear with me. Not that I'm a wine expert though, but... Oh! Okay. That's different. I wish it had... Opel! I wish it had more of the aggressiveness in the cockpit. Oh, okay, it's going... Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Man, more games, more racing games should have the historic tracks. It's awesome. It's such a fresh experience. It's beautiful. It's a shame that not more people are using it, because what Marco Massaruto, the Kunos founder, told us is that the data clearly shows that people are not too much into historic tracks. So there's not really a demand for it. And it's like a lot of effort and a lot of work to offer these variations of the track to a smaller audience, which is then economically sometimes not the best decision to do, right? I can also understand that, but it's just beautiful. So you know what you have to do, guys. Just show the market and developers that you love historic racing. Whenever there's a next historic car pack or something, get it. If it's done well, of course. Yeah, this car's quite planted, yes, but also more floaty than the GT1, but it's fine. Like, finding the limit is quite easy. It's easier to drive than I expected. Does it have any? No, it doesn't have any ABS or TC either. Yeah, this is more floaty than... This is again what people don't like about AMS2. Is like when you push it over the edge, it just starts to swim. And this is true for this car as well. Like, it's a nice experience, and I also love the appearance and the performance and the driving. But this floaty feel not too cool. Like here, if I turn the wheel like this is just completely unrealistic. Like, this would never happen it would sound way more aggressive what the front tires would do and everything. Like you can just turn the wheel like this and the car just goes like this without... Yeah, it would totally break traction and it would scream and squeeze, you know? I think that is what would happen. I mean, I don't want to try that in my Diablo SVR. But, yeah. Yeah, it's a 1993 Spa. It's really sad. Most people apparently only drive GT3 and not much else. Yeah, we should drive less GT3, says the guy that is driving GT3 in the weekend. But yeah, no, GT3 is fine. I mean, GT3, there's a reason why it's so popular. It's easy to pick up. The cars are cool. So yeah, I get why people also love GT3. It's also quite easy to get to pace, especially for people that don't have crazy amounts of time to sim race every week for multiple hours. So I get why it's popular. And it makes sense, because it's the same reason it's so popular in real racing, because it's then relatively affordable, also for gentleman drivers, easier to adapt. Okay. Let's get on with a quick race, and then I'm looking forward to the Revuelto as well as the highlight of the day, or the last car to test today. Okay, skip to end. Do you guys have any questions otherwise? Oh yeah, PMR will be also interesting. Stormtrooper says he will skip AMS2, but you will not have the amount of historic tracks that AMS2 has. Like, if you really want to dive into the immersion of running a 90s Formula Championship, be it the early 90s or the V10 cars, or yeah, all this good stuff on the exact tracks, I think AMS2 is still the way to go. I don't think that PMR will deliver that from the get-go, and Race Room does it neither, especially if you look at historic tracks. So, but yeah, PMR will be pretty interesting in that regard as well, like, because they will also have classic GT racing, which is awesome. I haven't seen a lot of Formula cars. Oh, they are just cutting the grass. But yeah, do remember, it's an amateur series, so it can happen that people just do crazy things, so it's still it's still possible, let's say, to have a mess with some of the drivers. Silly actions could take place. So yeah, Radillon probably not flat out. Oh no, it's just swimming into the barrier. Yeah, so it seemed like the AI could carry way more speed through Rouge. So we have to try that again. Maybe I just also had not the correct angle to get into it. But yeah, you saw the swimming. It felt like there was aquaplaning, like no... skip to end and then restart, right? We can... Restart session. It felt like there's water on track. This is how it feels when you lose grip in some of the... Maybe it has also different tires, I don't know. Does it have different tires? Slicks. Yeah, just slicks. I just choose slicks. You never know what the game does with tires sometimes. Maybe it applied the rain tires for some reason. Not that I think that this happened, but... Yeah, it will be pretty interesting, like later this year, but also like going into next year, the battle between simulators, like AC Evo versus PMR versus the next big race from updates, and also AMS2, like kicking off a career mode next year. Will be pretty nice. Yeah, this Golf livery is also pretty nice. This time, let's try to approach more from the left, using the banking a bit more. There's no way I can carry that much speed. Lost already 2 seconds to the car in front. Oh yeah, the slipstream. He's not bump drafting. It's pretty stable under braking, like it doesn't do crazy things. Also, despite it has no ABS, you can brake it pretty firmly. Okay, first gear is pretty short, so you probably don't want to use that only in very, very tight corners. Come on, we get the groove. Diablo. Oh. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you drive it how it's supposed to be driven, like if you don't over drive it, you will not feel the floaty feel. Like the floaty feel only happens if you push it too much. Therefore, once you are in that zone where the car is driven at its optimum grip and what it's capable of, it feels great. It feels planted, but you just shouldn't exceed the limit. Then it feels great. Okay, we are getting the hang of it. Oh, did I say that it is stable under braking? This time it was not. Flat over here, yeah. So you have to really brake very straight line. If you have just a tad of steering angle, it bites back under braking, which is believable. With the engine position as mid-engine car, like the weight transfer, center of gravity, and also an older style of suspension that doesn't really, yeah, that can't make up for all of these like scenarios, kinda. I think modern suspension technology also, like the solid piston dampers and stuff, they are way finer in balancing the car also in certain driving situations. Yeah, so while testing the third car of the pack now, I'd say the DLC is worth it. I mean, I said already with the Murcielago GT1 already that it's worth it. Alone for that car. But this one, I can imagine if you have a community or a league and you just want to drive cool historic cup, why not? So, wow. Yeah, but you have to drive with a 5-speed, like with a proper setup where you can also clutch in, clutch out, the heel and toe. I think then the car feels even more alive. How I am experiencing it right now is terrible, with a Formula steering wheel with sequential shifting. That's not how it's intended to be driven. Sorry. What I also like about AMS2, telemetry-wise, it supports basically all of the effects that are possible. So, as I run a SimoCube active pedal, I just feel all the lockups, all the stuff, all the telemetry effects. ABS as well, which is not the case, for example, in iRacing, where they turn some of the effects down, off. That's pretty cool. So you can make basically full use of all your sim racing gear. It runs perfectly in triples. Like if you have an advanced sim rig with like dashboards and you use SimHub or bass shakers or whatnot, AMS2 is also pretty friendly in that regard. And I'm running a stable 100 FPS on very high details, so that's great. No, there's many reasons to love AMS2. And not so many to not like it, to be honest. So it's a often overlooked great sim experience. Yeah, the only thing that is lacking a bit still is the multiplayer community, or the multiplayer also in terms of the features. So I hope there's another push and they really fix some issues. It was mentioned in the patch notes that they worked on some deeper issues with the multiplayer stability. Let's hope that will work and that we can see more races also on LFM. Like low fuel motorsport is a good address if you want to get into some daily races in AMS2. You can of course also always scroll the list of servers and sessions. Yeah, and as they also mentioned in the developer blog, AI should have been improved. And what we've seen so far is not terrible. Also depends, obviously, a little bit on the level that you set them to. I think there's a little bit of a too big of a gap sometimes between groups of cars. I think the spread could be a bit shorter. Don't know if that's something you can tweak. But their behavior towards the player is pretty respectful, it seems. So there was not a situation where an AI driver like crashed into us or something. Oh, ouchie, ouch. Ah, okay. That was maybe my fault. Oh, this will be a crash. Oh no, he almost provided it. But yeah, this is how our Spa... Oh! Our Spa 93 race came to an end. But so far it was good. It was pretty fun. Do we have damage? Oh yeah. This car also has some visual damage. Some scratches. I think also the rear is a bit bent. We certainly lost our our wing. And yeah, it's kaputt. To be fair, you got the Brechstange as the bus stop. Yeah, it was revenge. It was a revenge kill. I can totally see that. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, also good car. Like I said, if you prevent the exceeding the limit, it's not floaty. It's pretty planted. But if you overdrive it a bit, it starts to swim, which I don't like. So this floaty swimming feel is still a little bit in the game, of course. They haven't fully patched that out. But also, like today, I think all of the driving I had right now was great force feedback. Like the wheel had some great, vibrant, detailed force feedback. Very, very good. So I can feel the load. I can feel what the car was doing. So that's perfect. So let's test the Revuelto now. It would be a nice contrast to drive the Revuelto on the modern Nordschleife now, in contrast to the Miura that we drove on the 70s Nordschleife, to see the difference in speed and handling, because that's basically the equivalent of that car, right? Should we go modern Nordschleife or should we do something else? You can also choose, of course, if you want to see something else. Is there kind of a piece of road that you can drive in AMS2? I remember Project Cars 2 had some road sections, but I believe AMS2 has only racetracks, right? Otherwise, that would be pretty interesting, but I don't think that's the case. Like a coast line or something where you can just drive a That looks pretty cool. Is it Colombia? There's also a racetrack. No point-to-point tracks? Okay. You need mods to drive on streets in AMS2. Okay. Azure Coast is a mod from Project Cars 2. Yeah, but that's then a bit in the gray zone because it's. I don't think that's that's so legal to rip content from other games and put them into AMS2 and something. That's not very fair. Then I would rather drive the original track in Project Cars 2, to be honest. But yeah, maybe it would make sense for Razer to put some also driving experiences and roads in here. Yeah, then let's do the modern Nordschleife to roleplay now, not the Miura driver in the 70s, but we are now the modern 2025 guy that just bought his Revuelto and wants to experience it on the Schleife. Let's go. So we go to streets. Too quick. Street, hypercars, Revuelto. And what color did we buy our Revuelto in? Purple, right? Purple Lamborghini? Makes perfect sense. I will not run more combinations now because it is intended to have a little hands-on with the new cars pretty much because I have to shop groceries today. So I have 17 minutes left, basically, until like half past we are streaming and then I have to go, unfortunately. But like I said, we should plan that live stream where we have a whole evening or afternoon of multiplayer races with you guys with all sorts of combinations. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, we saw the car in the showroom earlier. Let's just do this. Yeah, Nordschleife is long enough, so we can just have one lap. Weather, it should be sunny. Like this is the day. We just walked out of the Lamborghini dealership with our new Revuelto. It's perfect weather. We just hit the Nordschleife. We came from Düsseldorf, like early in the morning, 8 a.m. We picked up the car at the Lamborghini dealer in Düsseldorf, and we are now driving to the Nordschleife. And we arrive after a little instruction that we got for our new Revuelto. We arrive three hours later at the Nürburgring. We made a little stop, got a nice brunch. It was very expensive. We had caviar and everything. And we are now approaching the track at 11. So that's perfect, right? And then we are attending a race, of course, because that's what you do if you do Revuelto. This guy has more monitors than friends. I have 3. Well, wait. In this room, I have 5 monitors. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's true. If you consider also this steering wheel display as a monitor, and the smartphone screen is also a monitor, so yeah, maybe then it could be true. The TAA is only coming in the next one, I think. They teased it as development for the next bigger update that is also coming. The temporal anti-aliasing, yeah, I think that option is not yet in the game. It will come next time. All right. Yeah, welcome to the Nordschleife again, but this time it's 2025. And we are sitting in our Revuelto, so let's check the interior. How Razer have modeled it. Focus distance should be a bit, yeah, this way. Yeah, and here's also the steering wheel that we will soon see as sim racers. Yeah, not ideal, the focus distance right now. This is the wheel. We already had a very exclusive hands-on in Dallas this year because we visited DreamHack. And yeah, there the Revuelto Moser Revuelto wheel was on display. So you will find that video on the channel if you search for Overtake Moser Revuelto or Moser Lambo wheel. You should find it. It's this exact wheel shape then. It's not a 1-to-1 replica. I think it's 80% of the size, not quite sure. But this is also the wheel that is in the newer Temerario. The Temerario will be the new base also for the race car, for the GT3. And it has the same-ish steering wheel, I believe. But yeah, looks pretty good, I would say. Yeah, carbon fiber. Yeah, this screen could be a bit higher, like the texture of this display could be a bit, or is it due to the focus distance? Ah, okay, sorry, no, my fault. It was just the focus distance that didn't render correctly. So that looks way better already. Okay, yeah, cool. Also the stitching here on the doors. Stitching on the wheel. Yeah, looks good. I can't go further. I would love to show you also the seat a bit more, but that doesn't work right now. But no problem. Yeah, let's see what it sounds like. Are you ready? Oh yeah, very modern. Love the blue exhaust flames. Yeah, I should have set the bouquet to 0. You're right. Next Automobilista 2 update, I will be prepared. I will set the bouquet to 0. I will increase the number of vehicles, and then we have a perfect setup. Yeah, we are at T13 here. Actually, when you do tourist drives on the Nordschleife, you can drive here. You can just when you enter the track at the tourist entrance, you can exit the track at T13 to park here. That's actually allowed. So it's a good place to, after the first lap, I always check my tire pressures here. There's also a toilet around the corner. And yeah, it's a good little spot to take a break. So you don't have to exit the track. You can just keep on driving tourist drives and just stop here and return to the track like we do now. Oh, it also has pops and bangs. A nice Audi. Yeah, I mean, Audi is a big stakeholder in Lamborghini, obviously. But as far as I'm aware, these cars are still made in Sant'Agata de Bolognese, so in the Lamborghini factory. Let's get some temp into the tires first. It's a pretty quick car. Almost 1000 horsepower. Ha! Got you. Ooh. Cool. Feels very authentic. Oh, 300 before. Schwedenkreuz, crazy. It feels very believable. Yeah. It's also not the lightest car, I think. It's the weight currently. Do you guys know the weight of the Revuelto? Can you quickly look that up? Is it 1.4 tons or more? Some proper scraping here. That's fun, guys. Wow. I haven't expected the street car to be... I mean, it's a Revuelto at the end of the day, but that's a proper driving experience. So much fun. This would totally fly in a Lamborghini dealership when they have a sim rig there and customers want to experience the Revuelto in the sim. Nice. And this is totally different in terms of the floaty feel, because this car, when it loses grip, it's just... it's better. Don't know. I mean, they have the recipe, it seems. It's still a bit floaty, but not as floaty as Trofeo Cup, the Diablo Trofeo. That felt a bit floaty. But the forces and how the tires are pulling you and the forces of the car. Oh. The external sounds. I mean, yeah, this is... Oh, look, also the active aero is working. Or under braking. Yeah, that's nice. It sounds a bit more... Oh, the exhaust is glowing even. Wow. Yeah, I mean, we all know the story of burning Lamborghinis. Especially the Aventador had a little issue. But look, it even stops when it cools down. How cool is that? Like on a lower ref. Like I think the higher the ref is, the more it glows. Let's try. No. Not always. Now glows again. Wow. That's the details and the stuff that I love. Let's see how it is in the carousel. Ooh, yeah. Too quick of an entrance. But pretty good. More enjoyable than I expected, to be honest. It's fun. Let's watch an instant replay. 1,900 kilograms. Okay, that explains a bit of the floaty feel that I had. Interesting. But yeah, still very sharp to drive. Oh, no. Yeah, also the flyby is a bit more artificial. My expectations were a bit higher listening to the first of the bunch. The first 3 Lamborghinis that we've listened to today. That was a bit underwhelming now. It wasn't as mechanical. I mean, the whole engine layout is more modern and more clean, more artificial. I get that. Maybe that's a challenge to properly, have in the game, but the others were better, the older cars. The flybys were more impressive, and the reverb and everything. So yeah, that's maybe just due to the modernness of the engine. Okay, let's do a quick... We don't have to finish the race, but just a quick start to a lap with other cars to see how they behave here in the hypercar class. Will be interesting to see. Any questions otherwise, guys? Yeah, the curb weight. Yeah, thank you, Grace, by the way, for being so supportive and so active in the chat today. Very appreciated. So thank you, Grace McLean. Seriously, park one of the old V12s in the Azure tunnel for the sound test. Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, you guys can do that. If you own AMS2, you can also access the new cars without buying the DLC. It's the way they do it. It's really nice. You can test the new content a few days when it drops. I think over the weekend you can still also drive the new Lambos. Okay, let's continue here quickly. The last race for today. Oh, Senna in front. Green Lambo next to us. So it's now Rapham, Lambo, McLaren Senna, and what else? Oh, this wing. I just really didn't know that AMS2 has the center. I didn't know that. So that's a double surprise for me. That's a proper track day. A very expensive track day. This wing looks like someone is just holding a sign. Ah, the Veneno is also in the class, okay. The Veneno, Revuelto. Imagine when they release a Revuelto SV with proper wing. But wait a second. Is there a spec with a wing? Why is there Revuelto with a wing? Eh? Maybe I missed something. That you can choose a... Ah, nee, that's... No, that's the Veneno? Eh? I'm a bit confused. Yeah, it's the Veneno, okay. I just didn't knew that the rear lights of the Veneno are so close to the Revuelto already. Because the Veneno is a few years old now. And it looked so modern to me. It looked like the rear of the Revuelto, but with a wing, so sorry for the confusion. Or they even updated for 2025 the Falcon sponsorship plates here. For the sections. Yeah, this might be one of the most up-to-date Nordschleife versions that we have right now. It already has the new curb in at the beginning of Adenauer Forst. It's very accurate, very nice. Look, there's the Falcon boards. I've just been here 2 days ago, driving here, my BRZ, so it's very accurate. Is there someone inside now? Yeah, look, there's now the Veneno and the Revuelto back to back. And the rear light is so similar. I really didn't know that. Oh. But yeah, these concept hypercars are always a glimpse to the future of a brand, so this is cool to see. Yeah, even the Nankang advertisement. I think Nankang is now advertising big on the Nordschleife with the CS3 something semi-slick tire. There's advert boards everywhere. So even the small little details of the advertisement are done very well here. Oh, that was not good. Yeah, the brakes just don't work on the grass anymore. But I think... Yeah, car's not straight anymore. It's damaged. But I think we got an idea. And I can just tell you guys, test it. It's a lot of fun. Like, just this casual hypercar race here. AI seemed to be pretty good. That was a joy. That was good fun. Okay, guys, that's the hands-on of the brand new 1.6.8 update for Automobilista 2 with the Lamborghini Dream Car Pack Part 2. Oh yeah, that will be a good video idea. A Nordschleife comparison once AC Evo drops it. That's a good one. Like, we should then compare Evo versus Race Room and Automobilista 2, because Race Room also has the new 2025 spec of the ring. Yeah, it's just good to see that Racer is just constantly developing and adding stuff. Can't wait for the career mode next year. That will be where it comes together. Like, they are now in the background optimizing the racing AI on different tracks, in different conditions, in different cars. They bring more and more also classes in cars. And yeah, also add to the existing classes. And when this all comes together in a career mode, that will be the single player Eldorado, I'm pretty sure. Graphics are really good. Lighting is perfect. Weather system, you can run the tracks in different seasons. So all the recipes are there. They just have to come together in a nice way in improving the multiplayer and in bringing the career mode. And then it will be perfect. We have a lot of cool articles, by the way, on the website. If you just go to overtake.gg and you look for the games, I can show you that maybe as well, but maybe you find it yourself. But there's a lot of cool articles that also tell you how to reproduce, for example, a 1995 Formula 1 season in AMS2 by now, with the skin pack as well. Like there's a livery package for 1995 and different years of Formula 1. So there's great community members that do a lot also for the livery packs, and that's a great way to experience AMS2 as well. So that's it. That's it for today. And yeah, I just want to thank you again. Like, it was a brilliant stream. We had a lot of fun today, I believe. A lot of good sound. So if you like the stream, thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And you have now one mission after you liked the live stream. We have one mission. You go to our upload from today, NASCAR 2003 retrospective from Alexis. Brilliant video. Even if you are not into NASCAR or stock car racing, it's just a good nostalgia piece to watch, like looking back into early 2000s sim racing and racing games. So that's your mission now. Click that video, hit the like button there as well, right after I'm stopping this live stream. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. And yeah, see you in the next one. That will be on Saturday, like yeah, around 5 p.m. or 5:30 CEST or 11 Eastern time. We will start our iRacing 10 hours of Road Atlanta. Will be great fun, hopefully. So yeah, thank you all, and see you in the next one. Bye.